Hello everyone, welcome to our interview. Today we are exploring a highly relevant social phenomenon, fan culture. In the digital age, being a fan has evolved from a simple hobby to a complex social system that shapes our identity and social interaction. However, behind the passion of the fan growth, there are a lot of philosophical questions. Our interview aims to peel back the layers of this culture. We will move beyond the surface of celebrity worship to examine its roots, its ethical challenges, and its impact on personal existence through various philosophical frameworks. I'm joined by 6 of my friends. They will take us through the different parts of the study, from the immediacy of this culture to its ontological, epistemological, and its ethical dimensions. Now let's begin the philosophical reflection.
As we know, humans are social animals, so people need to find the community to get the sense of acceptance. And the fan culture provides people with this opportunity to connect themselves to others with similar interests. People can make friends easily in a fan group and share their ideas in an easy way. And they will feel the sense of belonging and unity beyond themselves. And by following the examples, people will know more about who they are and get a sense of identity. These examples represent quality people admire and guide them toward becoming the ideal self. And people will label themselves as fans and display the ideal self by using this label as tools. In addition, the fan culture provides people with the meaning of life. People will gain the understanding of worlds when they explore the fan culture and learn from their examples. It's the fan culture that leaping their everyday common life into something meaningful and special. What's more, people will gain the confidence when they know more detail about their fan culture and feel that they are the experts. And by creating things for their loved characters, people will get a sense of control and be more willing to do more contribution to their loved characters. That's my view about the psychology roots of the fan culture.
I think there are several steps to set up fan communities. The first step is that they need to make sure the meaning of the fan community is like for what interests for which celebrity. By tapping themselves, they can find a person in same interests easily. The second step is that they need to set up the virtual group on the social media like the Instagram, WeChat, and people just enter that group and discuss, chat their interests. The third step is that the group leader will activate the fan members by handling some small gifts, or just, for example, if they are chasing a celebrity, the group leader may upload the unpublished content of the celebrity. In the group, to maintain the fan communities, the group leader may upload some exclusive content regularly, and the group members may use specific language and meme culture to communicate. And by this way, they can form a pretty strong internal cohesion. So, I think the social media have provided a great platform for the fan communities. So I think we can see this influence from two sides. For the positive side, it's more convenient for the fan communities to get together and express their love. Therefore, they can get the positive emotional feedback and they can even make friends, which is pretty helpful for their mental health. But for the negative side, I think these may cause some troubles, like their actions of chasing the stars may be crazy and they may over that line because you feel like there is someone backing you there. And they may violate the privacy of the celebrity, and sometimes the members in the group may do some personal thinkings. They won't stop and think about whether it's right or not to do that things. They just follow the guidance of the leaders.
In fan communities or interest circles, people often hit off right away because they share the same idol, favorable topic of interest. I think most of the interaction happens online, although there are occasional offline get together too. But in real life, friendships often develop more slowly through classmates, neighbors, and teammates, and so on. This kind of relationship is more closer in our daily life. These two styles of making friends and interaction are just different. I still think there are many benefits. We can make many new friends through this kind of interaction. And we can also organize many meaningful activities. We can also discuss the works that we both like. But this kind of fun groups, there are some conflicts and arguments also exist. So we should find a proper way to resolve the problems and treat it rationally. In fact, there are indeed some situations. Sometimes I lose track of time because of watching live streams or watching through videos. Because these are thoughts, I may forget to reply some important messages. But I think these situations are acceptable. Of course, I hope I can make more useful use of this time in the future and find a better relationship in my daily life.
I think it's about connection. I can meet people who have the same idol as me, and we can chat easily, like we are old friends. Also, when we do something together, it feels amazing. It's not just about idol, I think it's also about sharing joy with others. Oh yeah, I've seen some fans ignore something and just follow their idols. Also, like two fan groups argue online for no reason. I think it's a pity because fandom should bring people together, not push them apart. Also, some fans don't think for themselves. They just agree with everything the fan group says, even if it doesn't make sense. That's not real support. Of course, don't let fandom take over your life. Do your work first, then enjoy fan stuff. Second, be nice to other fans, even if they like different idols. We don't have to fight. Third, think of yourself. You can love an idol but still have your own opinions. And remember, idols have private lives too. Don't bother them with too many messages or follow them around. Yeah, my idols care a lot about hard work, so I try to be more hardworking too. Also, being in a fan community taught me how to listen to others and work in a group. It gave me more confidence to talk to people. Also, I never forgot who I am. I just used the good part of being a fan to become better.
Okay, basically, fan culture influences people in 3 steps. Step 1, building the identity. Fan culture building the identity by sharing the same language between fans and construct the unique identity around the idol. That means they'll share their same slogans, and enjoy the same activity. In this experience, the idol basically is just like a mirror. He reflects what the fans want and restrict the whole process to ensure the whole thing's progress into step 2. For step 2, they form a unique moral view. In this step, they form into the unique moral inside their circle. For example, if they didn't pay enough money or pay enough time on the idol, you will be seen as not real enough, not fan enough in the circle. Basically, it might mean good or not, depends on the situation. Step 3, the fan build his own power by learning from the idol. Step 3, using virtual strengths in real life. Fans gain emotional strengths from the idol story and the community interaction. They learn from the idol's strengths, set their own goals, and work hard in real life. This way, identity and beliefs are gradually solidified. So philosophy, especially constructivism, act as a guider in that process we have just mentioned. So basically it's like if the fans follow the philosophy just like the constructivism, they will, after the item, to learn what he have, but not regard the item as a god. So that means they have their own mindset, they have their own judgment, and the whole process brings benefits to them. Then that means they're enjoying a worthwhile activity. But if philosophy are absent in this whole process, which will lead to some bad results. For example, use money unwisely, spend too much time, or follow the idol without their own judgment. Even we know some idol may smoke the drug, but they will still defend the idol without the basic right and wrong. I think that's really awful. So philosophy guidance is really necessary in this whole process of following idol. That's all.
Thank you for the question. The previous speaker's view of fan culture as a form of modern tribalism and emotional investment really resonated with me, and it immediately brought to mind several philosophical concepts. First, I see strong parallels with Aristotle's idea of philia, or friendship. In Nicomachean Ethics, Aristotle describes how humans naturally form bonds around shared goods and shared admiration. Fan culture is essentially a contemporary aspiration of this. We gather around a shared love of an artist, a sports team, or a fictional universe. The idol or the object of fandom becomes a common good that unites thousands, even millions, of strangers into a community bound by affection and mutual recognition. At the same time, I couldn't help thinking about Plato's critique of mimesis in the Republic. Plato worries that art and imitation stir the emotions excessively and pull us away from reason and truth. Some critics of intense fan culture echo this concern, viewing extreme devotion such as parasocial relationships or obsessive behavior as a kind of emotional indulgence that distracts from higher pursuits. Yet I believe this is only one side of the story. Fan culture can also be deeply creative. Fan-produced art, fiction, analysis, and charity initiatives, transforming passive consumption into active meaning-making. From an existentialist perspective, particularly Jean-Paul Sartre's notion of bad faith, we might ask whether fans sometimes surrender their freedom by overly identifying with the idol's persona, but I prefer Martin Heidegger's concept of care. Being a fan is a mode of caring deeply about something in the world, revealing what matters to us. In an age of alienation, fan communities offer authentic belonging and a sense of being with others. Overall, I feel that fan culture is neither purely acceptable nor from reality, nor purely enlightening. It is profoundly human. It reflects our innate need to admire, to belong, and to create meaning collectively. Rather than dismissing it, philosophy can help us understand and guide it toward more reflective and constructive expressions.
To conclude our decision, let's summarize the core theme of our research. As we have discussed, fan culture is a magnifying glass of modern society. It magnifies our human desire for belongings, but it also magnifies the risks of losing one's rationality and identity in a digital crowd. Our study emphasizes that while fan control can foster community and creativity, it requires constant critical thinking. Whether it's discussing between a persona and a real person, or breaking out of echo chambers, the key lies in maintaining our intellectual independence. As we conclude in our paper, building a healthier fan community requires the collective effort of fans, idols, and companies. Most importantly, it requires each individual to remember that before being a fan, we are independent, moral beings responsible for our own choices. We hope this philosophical journey encourages you to look at fan control with a more critical and reflective eye. Thank you for listening.